Well, this district attorney certainly knows how to finish strong. Today was day 23 of the Larry Millete murder trial out of Chula Vista, California. And let me tell you, this is the day they put Patricia Laird up on the stand. She is the now ex-wife of Maya's affair partner, Jamie Laird. So this gets good. Basically, Patricia is in a love triangle. And to be honest with you, up on the stand, she didn't seem to even realize she was in a love triangle. I think this testimony is really good. This woman handled herself so well on the stand. Everyone is saying that, wow, like this was impactful. So Patricia Laird was married to Jamie Laird, and Jamie Laird was the one that had an affair with Maya. I did not know this. When I read this yesterday, I had to go back and read it again because I had no idea. Patricia is a San Diego Sheriff's Department deputy. She's a cop, and I had no idea. Cops tend to have pretty good spidey senses. So when she takes the stand and she said, I didn't believe there was an affair because I had no evidence of an affair. Like, talk about being able to cover this up really, really well. Jamie Laird is a smooth little liar because she had no idea that she was involved in this weird, dramatic love triangle. So what happens is that she did not even, and she said she didn't even fully know the details. Jamie has since told her, after the birth of their first child, Jamie came clean and told her he'd had an affair with Maya. Patch up their marriage. They spend now almost 3 more years together. They have another child. So in Patricia's mind, kind of this is all over with. And she didn't really know all the full details until Jamie took the stand. So she learned about some really intimate things along with the rest of us. There's stuff she still didn't even know. She found out about the affair in early 2020. Larry called the sheriff's headquarters to talk to her, and he said that he was an employee of the Navy Medical Center, and he told her that her husband, Jamie, was having an affair with his wife, Maya. Patricia wasn't sure if she should believe it. She saw no signs of her husband having an affair. It was a random phone call, so why would she believe this random stranger? But then she had seen an Instagram notice of a message, like a message notification that came from Maya to Jamie's phone the day after Valentine's Day. So when she found that message, that's when she kicked him out of the house. She's like, I think you're having an affair, get out of the house. So she kicked Jamie out of the house. She said during that period, that Larry would call every couple of weeks, right? Larry would call and check in. And a lot of times he was calling her to say, do you have any idea where Jamie is? And she's like, no, I have no idea where Jamie is. So Larry would continue to call her. At one point, she and Jamie decided to reconcile. She became pregnant in April, and they decided they were going to work it out. They're going to save their marriage, regardless of what may or may not have happened with Maya. She was going to save her marriage. So they reconciled, and then Jamie ended up moving back into the home. She said that didn't stop Larry from calling. Larry continued to call and was kind of obsessed with embroiling her in the drama. And she even said to Larry, I don't want to be involved in this drama. Like, we have reconciled. We are cool on this end. You got to go settle your own stuff. And Larry kept calling her to the point where she ended up blocking 5 different phone numbers that Larry was calling her from. She blocked Larry's cell phone. She blocked Larry's work phone. She blocked Larry's boss's phone. Remember that guy, Terry, that I said was fucking lying? He called her from Terry's phone. He called her from his daughter's phone. He called her from his aunt's phone. She blocked all 5 of those numbers. And then she also noticed there were times he would call her from Maya's phone number. So 6 different phone numbers. Larry's so desperate to get a hold of this woman after she is thinking her and Jamie have reconciled their marriage. Larry and Maya obviously haven't reconciled. Maya's moved out of the home. Larry doesn't know where she is half the time. Larry's freaking out. So he's calling Patricia and she has to block him. Before she blocked him, she told him numerous times, you've got to stop calling me. I do not want to be involved in the drama. And she testified that she really didn't believe Jamie was having an affair. In her mind, Jamie was going to work. He was coming home on time. He was never staying out late. He wasn't not home when he was supposed to be home. Like, she was like, when the hell would he be having an affair? She saw no signs of an affair. But Larry keeps calling her and Larry keeps trying to get her into this drama. And she says, you got to stop calling me. And she eventually blocks all those numbers. She goes multiple months without hearing anything from Larry. And then all of a sudden, on January 5th of 2021, 2 days before Maya goes missing, and this is also She's very pregnant. She's 2 days before she's going to go into labor. So she's not in the mood. She's not in the mood to deal with Larry. But Larry calls her and says, the affair is still happening and they're lying to both of us. So, and then he tells her that Maya had an abortion and Jamie was the father of the baby. So Patricia decides she's going to call Maya directly. And she feels like if she gets Maya on the phone and she kind of does the tell me the truth, mom to mom, woman to woman, just level with me. And Maya denied the affair. And Maya said, you know, I made it up. I just need to shut Larry up. She said, Larry is crazy. Well, Patricia admits on the stand that she then went, and I think this is the best part of this woman, she went into law enforcement mode and immediately moved to this point of protecting Maya. So she said, Maya, do you think you're in danger? Do you need resources? Do you need a restraining order against Larry? Is there anything that we can do to help you? Because again, Patricia doesn't believe they're having an affair. Patricia is trying to help Maya because she thinks her husband is dangerous or could be potentially dangerous, or at least Maya's acting in a way that she thinks her husband is dangerous. So Patricia's trying to kind of offer resources. And Maya says, no, I'm okay. So she denies any help from law enforcement. Patricia even says that she told Maya, you can't mess around with crazy when it comes to divorces and stuff. You can't mess around with somebody who's like this. And Maya said, I'm fine. I already got a lawyer. I'm dealing with it. So Patricia believed that there was an imminent divorce coming. And then she said, Patricia testified that she went into labor on January 7th. And she said under oath that Jamie was with her at the hospital from January 7th to the 10th. Now, there were also search warrants done on Larry's office, and they found these documents that he had written on his work computer, and they were mantras for Maya to say, you know how every day you're like, I will lose weight, I will run a mile every morning. They were mantras that Larry wrote for Maya to repeatedly say to herself. You can pause to read, but you see like he's expecting her to say, you know, I won't get any more tattoos. My body looks great without tattoos. And you look at the very bottom. I'm happy staying at home with my kids, my husband, Larry, and the kids. I love my life at home with Larry and the kids. Like he wrote this for daily mantras for Maya to go through. They also found this document that was titled, I always value my husband, Larry. This is from December 1st of 2020. And they said that there was a list of 20 statements. Here's some of them, but these are the ones that they called out in court. I am comfortable with listening to and obeying my husband, Larry. My husband, Larry, is often right. I will obey my husband, Larry. These are documents they found on Larry's computer. I'm going to stop here because there's still a couple more important witnesses. I'm sorry, I've run out of time. So now I'm going to a third video because we still have to hear about the financial records and we have to hear from Maya's therapist. He's the very last witness to take the stand on Thursday. So please come back for one more video.